Hey guys, it's Rebecca. So today I'm going to be doing the boy band book tag. I was tagged in this by Cats and Camera, the booktuber. I haven't done like any tags that I've been tagged in ages. I don't know why, like I just never really film them. I was kind of forced to have to do tags this month because I literally haven't read anything this whole month of April. Like no joke, like I've read a couple of like pages of 2 different books but haven't finished either one of them, and just I don't know. I'm just in the worst reading slump ever. I've just been like trying my best to like study, to be honest, most of this month, and it's led to me not reading any books. I'm quite bad at like just managing my time and being able to both read and study. Like I'm so bad at that. Like whenever I need to do something, like I just feel like I can only study and like do nothing else, and it's so bad. And then whenever I am having study breaks, I'm like, okay, like today I'm gonna read a chapter every time on my break, but I end up just going on my phone and like literally just scrolling through like Instagram and Twitter, and it's so bad. And then it gets to night time and I'm like, I'll read every night, and then I'm like, I'm too tired, like I'll read like loads tomorrow. And like it's not as if like I don't want to read, like I've been really wanting to read, but I don't even know, like that's beside the point. But I'm so excited to like finally get onto these tags. Basically, I can't believe I haven't done like any of them, so I'm just gonna kind of like work my way through like loads that I've been tagged in because it's so exciting and I really enjoy making tags. I don't know why I hardly ever do them. I don't know. So I'm gonna try and like make more of the tag videos that I'm actually tagged in because I do find them so much fun to film and to answer the questions. I find that so much fun. So let's just get on with the video. So the first question is an original or unique book. For this question I decided to pick Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I'm not going to be giving descriptions of each book because I know that I can just talk for ages and ages and literally the camera will end up running out of charge. I sometimes talk so much like the whole thing just fills up. There's like no more room in the camera, like there's no more battery. Like that happens to me every single time I film, like I'm not even being funny. But so anyway, yeah, I kind of struggled to pick a book for this answer because I would have liked to answer a unique book, so that like a book that is self-published or something, but this was like the closest thing that I could think of to a unique book because I kind of thought of like a unique plot, and I do think this is a really unique plot because it's basically about this futuristic world, like this dystopian world where books are banned and they're all like burned, and it's really interesting. I thought this was like a really unique concept. Even though it's not my favorite book in the world, it is a really unique book and I would highly recommend to people to read because yes, it is one of those like modern classics that like everybody has read, but if you haven't read it, I would highly recommend reading it, even though I didn't think it was the most entertaining in the world, like I do feel like I got a lot out of it just because of like the actual concept of the book. I would definitely recommend people to read it for that reason. It's a really good book to say you've read because it's about books. So it's a really good topic, especially for people who love books, and everybody on BookTube and everything like that obviously loves books. It's just a really good concept and really unique, I think. So the next question is the Osmonds, your favourite siblings. For this question I picked Jenny Han. For this book I picked Lara Jean and her sisters from To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. The family dynamics in this whole trilogy is like amazing. They're such cute and fluffy books, but her relationship between her 2 sisters, Kitty and Margot, is just so adorable and was so fun to read about. I just loved all 3 of them. It was so good to read about. Like Lara Jean is just such a lovable character. Like I love this trilogy so much. If you haven't read it, like you need to get to it. The next question is new edition. So this is a book that is set in the 80s or written in the 80s. So for this I picked Paddy Clark Ha 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 by Roddy Doyle. Most people probably wouldn't have heard of this. It's pretty famous Irish literature. I'm pretty sure it's set in the 80s. It's basically about life in Dublin as a child growing up in around that time, and yeah, it's a really good book. Like I did enjoy it like a lot, and it's a really funny book as well. I really recommend it if you haven't read it as well, especially because like I'm Irish of course, so it's pretty good having read some Irish literature and stuff. So everybody should go and read that because, you know, it's Irish, so it's gonna be good. So the next one is Menudo. I don't really know who that is. I probably should. It's like a band, or I don't know who that is. That question is favourite anthology. To be honest, I don't really read like poetry anthologies. I would just normally read like a classic poet's poems, like just in like a book, like a collection of their poetry. But I think this is like the closest thing that I have read that is closest to like an anthology that sticks to like a theme or anything, and that is Emily Bronte's poems The Night is Darkening Round Me. These are amazing. Like, you need to go and get your hands on these. This is like the wee Penguin Little Black Classics edition. They're so cute. They're only, I got this is only 80p. I think you can still get these for like £1, so probably like $1.50 or something. These are amazing. Like, she's one of my favourite poets, she's one of my favourite writers. I think it's just amazing. Like, go and read her poetry. So the next one is All for One, a diverse book, preferably by a person of colour. So for this one I picked The Astonishing Colour of After by Emily X.R. Pan. That book is just amazing. Like, I've been ranting and raving about it recently, like ever since I read it last month, and it is just amazing. It's just one of the best books that I've read in so long. Like, you need to get your hands on it. It's absolutely amazing. So the next one is Backstreet Boys, a long running series that you still love. To be honest, I didn't really have an answer to this question because there's no series that's still going that I particularly love, but the only one that I could really think of was like the Infernal Devices, City of Bones, like the Shadowhunters books. I really did love the Infernal Devices, and I would say they're one of my favourite trilogies, like one of my favourite of all time, really. Then again, I didn't like the City of Bones that much. Like, I thought it was okay, and I haven't read the rest of the Mortal Instruments, but I know that it's still like there's still going on, like, do you know what I mean, with Lady Midnight and all, so I guess that kind of counts. There's not another one that I could count, but I do absolutely love these. Like, they're absolutely amazing. I love them so much. So the next one is NSYNC, an overrated book. So for this one I decided to pick Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've mentioned this quite a few times, but lots and lots of people absolutely love this book, but I think it's just completely overhyped. I did mention this in my overhyped books I hate video because I just can't stand it. Like, I just thought the writing was absolutely horrendous. Like, I think it's a completely overrated book. Like, completely overrated. I really do not like this book at all. Like, I have to say, not one bit do I like this. The next one is LFO. I don't know who that is either. An underrated book. So for this one I decided to pick Forever Amber by Kathleen Munzer. I haven't heard one person talk about this on BookTube, but it is so good. Like, I would count this as a modern classic. Like, it was written in around 1940, but it's a historical fiction novel, and it's set around King Charles II's reign, and King Charles II is actually one of the characters in it, and it's really about his, like, the way he had so many mistresses and all, and just really King Charles II's story and what it was like to be a woman living in those times. And it is one of the best written books I have ever read. Like, it's one of my favourite books of all time. It is 1,000 pages, but I have mentioned this in my videos a couple of times, but please go and buy this book. Like, it's quite expensive to buy because it does seem to be kind of rare. I have only ever found it on Amazon and eBay because I don't think like bookstores really ever sell it, and it is banned by in a lot of places, or at least it definitely used to be. It's still good anyway. Like, it's one of those amazing books that like should never be banned because everybody just needs to go and read it. It's absolutely amazing. Please go and get your hands on a copy of this because it is just amazing, and you can talk to me about it because I've only really got me and my mummy to talk about it too, because my mummy is who recommended it to me and nobody's really read it. So please, if you're watching this, go and buy a copy of Forever Amber. The next one is 2GE and Her, favourite satire. I feel like it's just me, but I really don't know who most of these bands are. Like, obviously I know like really obvious ones, but like, once again, I'm sorry, I don't know if that is obvious, but I have no idea who that is. That's really bad, but I'm sorry, like, I really don't. So for this answer I decided to pick King Lear by Shakespeare. This is like a political satire basically about kings, like back in like Shakespeare's day. It is supposed to be set in like a time where people believed in like multiple gods and stuff like that, and like the gods, you know, like curse the gods and that kind of stuff. So it's not really actually what England was like in like the 1600s or in like around when Shakespeare was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a satire just of the kings and stuff that were ruling around his time. It's amazing. Like, it is genuinely mind-blowing, and it's tiny, like, and it's not that hard. Like, you know, like you think of like Shakespeare as like being really hard to read. Like, King Lear's not that hard to read, plus you can go online and read like the translation like into modern English, and it's such a good story. Like, if you never read it that way, like, it's such a good story. But I think in like reading it in Old English and the actual language that Shakespeare uses for some of the quotes, makes it so good. Like that's what makes it so amazing. Even if you like Shakespeare isn't your usual thing, like I highly recommend King Lear. It is unbelievable. Like the quotes are just beautiful. It's one of my favourite of all time. It's so good. I realised that I left out one of these questions by accident, and it's the New Kids on the Block one, and it's a cheesy or fluffy book. For this one I picked My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I read this quite a few years ago, and whenever I was trying to think of an answer to this question, I realised that, to be honest, I don't really read that much fluffy books. Like I didn't really want to use The All the Boys I Loved Before again, and that's like probably the most recent like fluffy book that I've read. I read this a few years ago, and to be honest it did always stick with me just because of how much fun and easygoing this book was. It's so summery, and I'm actually thinking of reading it again in summer. I like to read like mindless things on holiday. Like I found last year I brought too many serious books, and it just made me feel like weird reading like a really serious book in the sun. So I might reread it this summer, but it's a really fluffy contemporary, you know, just one of those like mindless ones. I remember just really enjoying it. So the next one is One Direction, a series with a lot of ships. Again, I couldn't really think of one that I've read that has a lot of ships, but I could think of one that I haven't read that I know has a lot of ships, and that is The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Like I know obviously like Jason Clary, and then I think you can ship Simon and Clary. I know I might be wrong, you know, I haven't read them all, but and then there's Magnus and Alec, you know, stuff like that. I know that there's quite a lot of ships in that series, but I haven't read them, so that's my answer because I couldn't really think of one that had like a lot of ships. Okay, so the next question is BTS, a book you love that was translated from another language. The only book that I'm pretty sure that I've read that actually has been translated from another language is Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. So basically this is a collection of poems that Rainer Maria Rilke, the poet, the really famous Russian poet, was like corresponding with this poet who wanted some advice on his poems, and this is the letters that Rainer Maria Rilke, like his advice on them, and I read them, and it's really beautifully written. Like his writing style is obviously stunning, like he's one of those really famous poets, but it's quite short, you know, like it's only like 60 pages or something, so I guess like it doesn't count as a book, but I mean, it still is a book. They're really good. I did read them ages ago, and I was planning on rereading them because I think that it would be even more relevant to me now because I'm really wanting to focus on writing poetry a lot, and I've set up like an Instagram where I'm publishing my poems, and to be honest I've neglected it a lot recently, but I'm planning on posting a lot more and trying to write a lot more, especially over the summer when I have a lot more time. But I think then maybe I could reread this in the summer and maybe it would come in more useful to me now because it's a lot more relevant. So the next question was a book that features a boy band, and I haven't read any books that features a boy band. Like I just couldn't think of one. Like I probably have, like I feel like in my distant memory there is one that I have, but I don't know what it is, and I just can't think of it, so I don't know. I don't think there is one. So that's it for this tag. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I would really appreciate that. For this video I would like to tag Chrissy over at the September issue, Ali Ann Books, and Jasmine over at Jasmine Reads. I hope you want to do this tag, and I hope you haven't already filmed this tag like ages ago or something. I've just missed it. I'm really sorry if you already have done this. If you haven't, that's great, and I would love to see all of your answers. I will be leaving all of their channels linked down below, and I'll leave the original tag down below. You should definitely check out all of their channels. They're absolutely amazing booktubers. I love them so much. I just get so excited when they upload, and I highly recommend everybody to go and subscribe to them because they really deserve all of the subscribers in the world. They deserve thousands. Never mind the hundreds that they have, they deserve thousands. So definitely go and check out their channels and give them and hit the subscribe button for them because they're absolutely amazing. I would like to say as well, I'm really excited because recently I became a Book Depository affiliate, so if you click on my link then I get some commission, and it's pretty cool because I think like 2 people have used it so far, and see whenever people use it, like I just get so excited. I'm like, just like, oh my god, like I feel like amazing. Like I don't know, like it's just like my first bit of money. Like it was like, okay, so the first time somebody used the affiliate link, it was literally like I got like 20p, and I was like, it was 27p. I was like, oh my god, like I just got my first money from making like YouTube videos and from BookTube and like book reviewing and all, and I was like, whoa, like this is amazing, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. No joke, I was going around to everybody being like, I made 27p, like you'll never believe it, like I'm a Book Depository affiliate, I've got 27p like sitting there. Like it doesn't even matter because you can't even take it out for ages. I was so excited and so happy with my 27p. I was just so excited, like I'm not even being funny. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because I'm so excited, and if you want to use that link and give me another 27p then I would be absolutely so happy and over the moon. Yeah, I'll leave that link down below because Book Depository are actually amazing. They do like free worldwide shipping and I always use them whenever I'm doing giveaways. Oh, I'm doing a giveaway over on Twitter and Instagram. It's a picture of Stalking Jack the Ripper and Wayfarer on my Instagram. It's a few posts back, and then on my Twitter, pinned to my profile. So if you want to go and check out that giveaway, I'm giving away up to £10 worth of books on Book Depository actually. So that just Book Depository reminded me of that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much if you're already subscribed to me, and please leave me a comment down below and feel free to do this tag as well. I just tag everyone to do this tag, and let me know if you have done this tag or if you're planning on doing this tag because I'll definitely watch it. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.